Hello, my name is Kelly Rowan, and my project is going to be on gay rights. Gay rights has been an issue around the world for centuries. Individuals have been tortured or have taken their lives because they knew they were not going to be accepted because of who they loved. Divorce rates have skyrocketed over the years, yet in most places, individuals can't marry who they love because that person is of the same gender as them. Despite cultural beliefs, we all have human rights, so if an individual wants to marry someone of the same sex, they should be able to. I would like to first look at human rights towards lesbian, bisexual, gay, and transgenders. What makes someone gay is their sexual orientation or gender identity, but we all have these, so discriminating against LBGT members because of either of these factors would be an issue that would affect the whole community. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights does not explicitly state sexual orientation or gender identity, but international human rights law includes a broad interpretation of protection of LGBT people around the world. Article 5 in the UDHR protects from torture and cruel treatment, which obviously goes against some countries who are torturing their citizens for being gay. Not only that, but there are places where they have been executed by the state, denied from employment, lost custody of children, have been raped or tortured, or have taken regular verbal abuse. Article 9 is about arbitrary detention on grounds of identity or beliefs. Article 16 states that men and women without any limitation due to race or religion have the right to marry and are entitled to equal rights as to marriage. Just because they are gay does not mean they aren't human. They should be protected by these human rights. One of the biggest arguments against allowing gay marriage is cultural beliefs. Some cultures have very strict rules and practices, some that are against same-sex marriage. In places like Iraq, high levels of violence are placed on LGBT individuals. They have no tolerance for individuals in sexual orientation or gender expression differences. Their government is in on this violence, and the Islamic State has even blocked the main escape route for the LGBT individuals to go to. Over the years, there have been religious militias who aim to kill these individuals. Many Iraq LGBT individuals have been left dead, while others have been tortured or had sexual violence or humiliation. But the idea that the understanding of marriage is only based on religious beliefs is false. No one religion created marriage. Instead, the demands of our common human nature have shaped it. Because no one religion created this tradition of marriage, I believe that they should have no right to torture people and are not allowed to tell people who they can and cannot marry. This is a case where human rights should overcome cultural rights. There are a number of human rights that should be protecting these individuals. If one is against gay marriage, then they don't have to get married to someone of the same sex. Nothing is gained from anti-gay not allowing gays to get married. A gay civil marriage would not affect another individual in their marriage. The question is, will lesbians and gays change marriage or join it? They believe in Massachusetts, the state with the highest same-sex marriage rate, that the rate will equal the rate of different-sex couples in the near future. It can be said that same-sex marriages could lead to disrupt both the gender definition of marriage and the assumption that marriage is a form of socially prescribed hierarchy, not legally, and destabilize the culture meaning of marriage. All of the gender definitions in the law of marriage have disappeared except for the last one. The two spouses have to be of different sexes. Marriage is something that people do as well as something that they think. The New Jersey Supreme Court found that the shared societal meaning of marriage has always been the union of a man and a woman, and to alter that meaning would cause a profound change in the public consciousness of societal institution of ancient origin. But the social meaning is constantly changing, so one would think marriage functions would be allowed to change with it. There is no persuasive basis for this kind of discrimination. In order to really know if same-sex marriage should be allowed, the definition and idea of marriage needs to be made clear. Marriage can be known as the union of a man and a woman who make a permanent and exclusive commitment to each other of the type that is naturally fulfilled by bearing children together. Marriage is valuable in itself, but the inherent orientation is to bear children. If same-sex marriage is not allowed because they cannot have children, then it's not fair to say that an infertile man can marry a woman. Marriage can also be known as the union of two people, whether of same sex or opposite sex, who commit to romantically loving and caring for each other, and to sharing the burdens and benefits of life. This definition shows that marriage is the connection of a couple's heart and minds and enhanced by sexual intimacy, meaning it doesn't matter the sex of their partner, but how well they connect. Either way you look at it, same-sex marriage should be allowed. Marriage, the union of two people who commit to romantically loving and caring for each other. I believe that no matter the sex of the individuals, there should be no restriction on love or marriage. Human rights are made to protect individuals, and for LGBT individuals to get tortured or even executed because of who they love goes against their human rights. Cultural rights are important, but when it comes to killing individuals because of something that will not even affect anyone other than the two getting married, human rights should beat out cultural rights. Same-sex marriage is a lot like interracial marriage, protested by many in a huge cultural debate, but it is allowed. I think it's time to stop being so selfish and let others marry who they wish. Legalize gay marriage.